All right, YouTube, it's your folks back from Mystik Fungi. Today, what we're going to do is inoculate some grain bags. I'm just going to show you how we do what we do. So, as you see, we got our grain bags all lined out. We got all our supplies that we need all lined out. A few important things I want you to take note of too is we have our spray bottle with our alcohol in it. We have our alcohol wipes right here, alcohol wipes. Now we also got a lighter, torch lighter. If you don't have this kind of lighter, then a regular big lighter will work. Or if you want to just go bigger, be careful. But you can use one of these too. Big old torch lighter like that, Jack Daniels. Something that's also very important is having you want to have some micro pore tape. Your bags already have injection ports on them. It's not really necessary to put micro pore tape over the injection ports, but it's just a thing to do as an extra safety precaution. And most importantly, you want to have your gloves, your nitrile gloves, 100% examination gloves. That's what they are. I got these off of Amazon. You can buy them in bulk. And you want to have your liquid cultures or your spores, which we have here as well. And you also want to have either, if you don't have a laminar flow hood, then you can go ahead and use a steel air box, just like we have right here. Works just fine. We've injected quite a few bags already and have had no issues. So the first things first is make sure you put on your gloves. All right, so we're gonna grab our gloves. We're gonna go ahead and put the gloves on. It's pretty cool.
It's important to say that we've already done a surgical scrub.
We've already wiped stuff down prior to starting the video, but we're gonna wipe stuff down again. You can never be too cautious when it comes to dealing with your bags and your cultures and your spores. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead and wipe down the steel air box. Get it nice and sanitized. So show you what that look like. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, let us know how you do things, if you do it differently, what you use when you do it, a steel air box, laminar flow hood, so like y'all know, my motto is, let's grow together. We grow together doing this mycology thing on this journey right here. So I'm open for constructive criticism. Just don't get on here being no, you know what. I'm gonna be nice. All right. So we're gonna wipe down our steel air box. All right. So the next thing we want to do is make sure we wipe down all of our bags and all of our equipment. That's the bags. We're gonna wipe down the lighters. We're gonna wipe down the syringes once we open them. We're gonna wipe everything down. Make sure we eliminate any and all possibilities as much as we can for the risk of contamination. Try not to say that word, it's scary. It's just, it makes my flesh crawl whenever I hear that word doing this. And as we wipe down each bag, we go ahead and insert each bag after it's been wiped down into the steel air box. Just side note, there is a fan in that steel air box, just kind of helping circulate air and blow, the breeze out of the breather port right there. So continue to wipe all the bags down. And once we get the bags in there, we kind of do a quick wipe down on them again on the injection ports, you know, and kind of just lightly wipe the bag down again, just in case anything try to make its way in during the process of transporting the bag into the steel air box. So, yeah, that's a very good point. So we're gonna use, this is my wild bird seed sterilized grain bag, 3-pound bag. It's also on the website. You can go on there and check it out. It comes sterilized with a 0.2 micron filter with a self-healing injection port, ready to inject with your choice of liquid culture or syringe, liquid culture or spore. So these are pretty good bags. You know, the mycelium grows on them real fast. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in the steel air box. This right here is about a 5-pound milo and millet grain bag. I just sterilized it the other day. So it's ready to go. After I sterilize them, I let them sit for about 2 days. Some people do 1. I go let extra day just to let it sit for another day, just to make sure that ain't really a lot of moisture. We want some moisture. Moisture is good, but too much moisture is bad. You gotta find the right balance. So I'll go ahead and wipe this. One thing to take note of, if you're like me and you write on your bag with a permanent marker and you go to wipe it down with alcohol before you get ready to sterilize, just be careful on that part that you wrote with permanent marker, because it will wipe off onto that napkin. And you don't want to wipe your injection port, your filter with permanent marker. Just a little side note. So now that we have our first set of bags wiped down with the alcohol, 70% alcohol, we've already checked our syringes for contamination to make sure that we don't see any contamination in our syringes or cultures. So now we're gonna get ready to start the injection process. Once again, we keep spraying ourselves down with alcohol just to make sure we being as careful as can be when dealing with these bags and injecting them. So we'll get ready and start injecting these bags. Now we get ready to inject our bags with our liquid culture. 5 cc's going in each one of these 3-pound bags. I'm gonna go nice and steady and slow and make sure you get the exact amount in there. At this point, what she's gonna do is cap that syringe off and pass it to me so that I can flame sterilize it. And I kind of do this nice and swiftly. And the one thing to notate is when you flame sterilize it, go as low as possible as you can. Try to get as much of that needle red hot, just like that, as you can. It'll cool off. And I'll hand it back to her. Typically, we would not talk as we're doing this. We're making this video, so let's just hope that in the making of this video, we don't contaminate anything with my breath. Now, we're gonna inoculate our second bag. We'll go ahead and inoculate our second bag. Examine the syringe again real well before we do it. Wipe the injection port down with 70% alcohol pad. Next one syringe. And cap it off and take it out of the steel air box. Now that we've got our bags out, you see that we've already put micropore tape over our injection ports. Now is the time that I would date and label these bags. Let's go ahead, my marker, and I'm gonna go ahead and date and label these bags. Now that I date and label my bags, I'm gonna go ahead and put them inside my incubation chamber. Once again, we're gonna spray our hands down with alcohol. Go ahead and finish up our final last bags. We're down to our last two bags. We'll go ahead and inoculate these and put these last two in the incubation chamber. So now that we've already inoculated all of our grain bags, I put them in the incubation chamber already. And as I discussed in my first video, I have this little cool gadget right here, which gives me the temperature and the humidity in there. Right now, without anything running, the temperature is at 77. I already have my iPower temperature controller set already. So all I gotta do is reach back here, grab my card, I'm gonna just slide this one over out the way right quick. And I just gotta plug this up. All right. And I'll go ahead and plug up my fan and plug it up to my timer. Although I haven't, sorry about that. Although I haven't set my timer yet on this one, I'll go ahead and set my timer here in a few minutes. I'll do another video later on how to set those timers and what kind of timer it is I got, where I got it from, and leave y'all a link in the description. So I got that plugged up. As you can see, this is reading 75.4 right now in there. And my deal right here is reading about 77. Leave it running long enough. They'll both kind of be running even with each other, but that's not too bad of a difference. So I'm basically within range of where I want to be. I don't want to get no more than 80 degrees in here. If it gets up to 80 degrees or so, it'll start shutting off. You know, I have fans that'll cool the room down and all that good stuff. And then, like I said, I have my negative air pressure set up, negative airflow set up right here with my inline Vivasun inline duct fan. It's a 4-inch, and it's sucking any contaminants. I got that set up like that to remove any contaminants or bacteria that may find its way inside of my incubation chamber for whatever reason. So, like I say, y'all know my motto is let's grow together. Let's grow together. If y'all see anything that I could have done different, we could have done different, anything that that you like that we did, and maybe you picked up something from us, let us know so we can see those things too. So like, subscribe, share this video. Let's keep the mycology community growing, and let's spread the love. With how they don't say much love, they say much love. So much love. Let's grow together. We out. MystikFungi.com.